Hi, it's Debbie from Create Pretty Things. Tonight we are going to ink a little t-shirt, and it says, "There's a little witch in all of us." How many of you have ever felt like there's a little witch in you? Maybe you want to warn people off not to mess with you today. Or maybe you just want to show your support for Halloween. Well, that's what we're going to do today with this reusable silkscreen transfer. We are going to put it on this t-shirt. It's kind of a fall color, like a mustard yellow. And so the first thing that we're going to do is put in one of our ink mats. Now our ink mats are sticky, and they also act as a barrier so that when we ink, our design is not going to go through one layer of the shirt onto the back of the next. So it is a barrier, it's sticky, and it helps you get the wrinkles out of your shirt and keep your design in place. So it is an awesome thing to have. We do have 3 different sizes of these ink transfers, maybe 4. So if you're looking to do something small, we have a size that would fit that. If you want something large, we have something to fit that as well. So this is kind of one that I have cut in half. So don't be afraid to cut these in half if you don't have the size you need. You can cut these definitely down to size and use it that way. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is just bring it down enough so that this little ink mat is just about the right size for my transfer. And I think the easiest way for me to do this is to turn it inside out. As you jump on tonight, the keyword is witch, W-I-T-C-H. Go ahead and type that into the comments and you'll get a supply list of everything I'm using tonight, with the exception of the shirt. You can use any shirt. It doesn't matter what the fabric content is. If you want to do it on cotton, you can do it on cotton. If you want to do it on a dark color, you can do it on a dark color using a light color ink. When we use our ink, it is permanent. Once you heat set it with a heat source, such as an iron or a heat press, it will be permanent. So therefore, you can wash it and dry it in your washer and have it look just the same. Okay, I have it in there. It is a little crooked in there, but I think as long as I know it's crooked, I'll be okay to put my transfer on top. Okay, so normally, this is a reusable silkscreen transfer. It is on a backer. I'm gonna go ahead and peel it from its backer. Keep the backer because that's what we store it on. It protects it from getting all kinds of dust and dander on our sticky side of our transfer. And these are reusable between 8 and 12 times if you take proper care with them. So take good care. Okay, now, normally with the transfer, I would go ahead and fuzz it. If I were putting it on wood, if I were putting it on glass, paper, cardboard, anything like that, I would fuzz it, and I would fuzz it really, really well. Let's see where I am on here. I want to make sure I have this on here so I can respond to your comments. Let's see. Comments, where am I? There I am. Okay, whoops. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on my transfer. Now, normally I just kind of put my fingers down and do it like 3 times, 3 fingers down. So I'm going to go ahead and put it kind of up towards the top. Give it a little bit of space at the top, and I'm going to try and center it and get it straight. And you want to press it down carefully, smooth it out, make sure it's got good connection to your fabric so that the ink will be captured within that silk screen. Tonight I am going to be using one of our color of the months. It was this month's, and I have not used it yet. This was called Ditto. And the way the color of the month works is it's either paste or ink. This month it was ink. They offered at the beginning of the month. It is only available with a minimum purchase amount, and you can only buy 3 jars at that point. So they're kind of a limited edition, kind of special. And so when they offer those, I always make sure that I get those right away, as soon as I can. I mean, within a week or so, because sometimes they run out. And if it's a color that you really, really want or are interested in, it won't be offered again. So I go ahead and get those as soon as I can. But this is the color we're going to be using. Now, I did put black in the shopping cart because I figured you're not going to be using this color ink. This is not available anymore. It did sell out for the month. And so I thought that I would put black in And black would have actually looked really good on this shirt, but I kind of wanted to try this ditto, the color of the month. Okay, so ink, permanent. Don't get it on your hands if you can help it. Go ahead and, let me see what's going on here. Go ahead and try to keep your hands clean if you can. Hi, Kathy. And I'm just going to go ahead and dip it right here in the paste, and I'm just going to smooth it over. I'm not using really heavy pressure. I'm just going to do it lightly, and I'm going to smooth it over the entire design. So this is going to be a one-color design. Kathy, I'm so glad you're watching. I don't get to see you live very often, so I'm really glad you're here. This is going to be a quick one and done. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my heat press to 305 degrees. And we'll go ahead and get this pressed tonight. But I'm just going to smooth this ink on. Cover up my whole design. And it'll be a quick project. Quick project. Kathy, did you have dinner yet tonight? Just wondering what everybody's having for dinner on a Sunday night. You know, when I was a kid, we used to always have grilled cheese sandwiches and tomato soup for dinner on Sunday nights because we had a big lunch, and we like to get dressed in our jammies real quick and then watch The Wonderful World of Disney. I wonder if anybody else used to do that. That's what we used to do. I'm going to check my hands and make sure there's no ink on here, and there's not that I can see. And I'm going to go ahead and pull up our transfer a little at a time, and I am just going to kind of inspect as I go to see if I've got good coverage. So far, so good. Now, if there wasn't good coverage, if I missed a spot, I could lay it down right away and redo it, fill it in, correct it. But I think I'm good. I'm going to put this down here today. So it looks good, guys, and I was worried that this purple wouldn't look good, but it does. It looks good. So this is what it looks like. I like it. Okay, now normally you would take your heat mat out at this point, your ink mat, but I like to dry it just a little bit so that I don't mess it up when I take it out. This heat tool isn't very hot, so it's not going to go ahead and warp it if I move fast enough and pay attention. So I'm just going to dry it just a little bit, and we'll go ahead and dry it all the way after the heat mat is out, and we will keep going. We'll get this heat pressed tonight and make it permanent. So what's up in your neck of the woods, everybody? Is it hot where you're going, where you live? It's still so hot here. I go out for a few minutes and I'm just ready to come back in. I'm ready for the fall weather. So I thought I would move into fall gradually, doing a little bit of this Halloween, a little bit. I love Halloween. I love to decorate for Halloween. So I'm going to move into it a little gradually. Then we're going to get ready to decorate for fall and Halloween. And then before you know it, Christmas will be here. Christmas decorating. Christmas crafting. Okay, I think I've dried that a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take my ink mat out carefully. I'm just going to unstick it from here. Try not to touch anything wet. Okay. And then I'm going to finish drawing it all the way. So we are going to use a heat press, or my Cricut Easy Press is actually what I'm going to use to set this. And to set it, we just need to heat it at 305 degrees for about 30 seconds on each side. You do need to heat both sides, press it. So we're going to do that as soon as it's completely dry. If you don't get it completely dry, some of the ink may come up because we're going to put a barrier down with our parchment paper. So I'm just working on drawing this up. You guys, if you want the link to the shopping cart of what I'm using tonight, type in the word "witch." That will direct you to a link that has a pre-built shopping cart in there for you. And you can just take a look at it. If it's got something in it that you already have or don't want, you can remove it. It's just kind of a good starting point for you to start shopping so that you don't have to look all over and guess at what I'm using. The only thing not in there tonight is the shirt. And you can get any type of shirt, like I said. And I did put in black ink because this ink colored Ditto is no longer available. It is pretty on the shirt though. Really pretty. I kind of touched this to test it. It feels like it's dry. A little bit right here in the middle. Okay, so now I need something to protect my surface, and it fell overboard. Okay, I'll get a different one. So this is what I use to protect my surface. This is a larger one. Oh, actually there's two. Oh, this is a really large one. So this is just a heat press mat, and I'm going to put it underneath this to protect my surface that's underneath. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on my mat, and I'm going to cover my new design with a piece of parchment paper. This one's been used, so I'll make sure I get the clean side down. Okay, so here's my parchment paper. It's going to protect my design. I've got my heat press on 305 degrees, and I've got it on for 30 seconds. Now, the heat press, you really don't have to move it around, but this design is a little bit bigger than my heat press, so I may move it around a little bit. I want to know if anybody decorates for Halloween anymore. For a couple of years there, everyone went all out for Halloween. The stores had all kinds of good stuff to decorate outdoors, like Lowe's and Home Depot and everybody. And then it just kind of seems like maybe with the recession things have changed. I don't know. Will you be decorating for Halloween this year? I will. I won't be home for trick or treat, but I'll decorate for Halloween for sure. Even if it's just inside. I have grandkids, they love it. I love it. Okay, you do want to do both sides of your shirt, your design. So I'm going to go ahead and flip it over. I just did. It's another 30 seconds. I'll start my timer, and I'll just kind of move this a little bit. It's just a little bit bigger than my design. Now, if you don't have a heat press or a Cricut Easy Press, you can still do this. You would just use your regular iron on a medium heat without any steam, no water in there, and you would move it around for 4 minutes each side. So this is kind of the easy way to do it. It's the quickest way to do it. But if you're only going to be doing this once or twice, it may not be worth it to you to have a Cricut Easy Press. I have a regular full-size heat press, and I really like my Cricut Easy Press better. But when I'm doing a bunch of shirts, I will use my heat press, or anything that I feel like really warrants it, then I will use my heat press. Right now it has stuff all over it though. Okay guys, I told you this was going to be quick. Here is my shirt. What do you think? Give me a heart if you love it. Okay guys, so please feel free to share this video with anyone you think would love it. Please make sure you give it a heart, follow the page, and if you want to know anything about our monthly DIY subscription, it's called Club Couture. It's sent out to you automatically every month. It's $24.95, I believe, a month. It includes an 8.5 by 11 inch transfer every month, which is the same size as what we just used. And it contains paste or ink to go with your transfer, and some type of surface, or maybe a chockable paste chip, some kind of accessory so that you can go ahead and create a project. So everything you need for a whole project. The first month you'll get a squeegee, but hang on to that squeegee because you won't get one in the next month. So hang on to your squeegee. I'm going to clean my transfer real quick. I just sprayed it with some regular water. I'm going to go over it once with a paper towel to get the bulk of that paste ink off. I've got a board eraser. I feel like these are the best thing to get your transfers clean. It's like a magic eraser sponge. It doesn't have any chemicals in it, but it works really well. So all I'm going to do is run this over the top of it, and you may want to go a couple different directions, get it out of that silk screen, because that's what makes this reusable. As part of the magic of this is cleaning it out of the silk screen, so the next time you use it, the paste will go through and you can have another crisp design. And these can be reused between 8 and 12 times. So let's say you had a family Halloween get together and everybody wanted to wear the same shirt. You could create 10 of these, 12 of these with this one transfer. Just make sure you have enough ink and do it within a few, it doesn't take very long. You saw how long it took me. Not very long, but you could have a whole bunch of shirts. If you're a maker and you want to sell these shirts, you could also create a bunch and sell them in your shop. You would just heat press them to make sure that they're permanently sealed in there. So you want to do that on both sides. And then you want to clean it very well. Both sides. And then you're going to go ahead and dry it with a paper towel, both sides. Now, when the back side of this it's sticky, but you can still glide your paper towel over it when it's wet. When it dries up a little bit, the sticky will come back. Okay, and then we're going to put it back on the transfer back where it came on, which probably fell overboard on the other side. And you're going to put it back in the cellophane little baggie that it came in and store it. Then you're ready to reuse it next time. Okay, I hope you realize the awesomeness of these transfers. Please feel free to share. If you have any questions whatsoever, just message me and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Thank you so much for watching. Good to see you, Kathy. I'll talk to you guys later.